Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio, everybody. What is going on? It is Gale Riot here, and today we're back again with the day one coverage of Danmachi Battle Chronicle. And in this video, we're going to be going over the ways you can get a bunch of Selas and get yourself ready for the first featured banner, which should be releasing next week. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy today's video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Battle Chronicle content, and let me know in the comment section down below, what is your current Selas count looking like? Did you guys summon on the regular standard banner, or are you guys waiting for the first featured banner? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, some of you guys are probably asking me, Gale, what's the first featured banner? Well, right now it does seem like the first event is going to be based on Haruhime, and based on some footage that we got from the developers themselves recently, we know that there is a UR green healer Haruhime that is available to be used as a character. Now, of course, she's not in the game right now, so that means that she is probably going to be the first unit that we get as a featured banner in the next update. Now, of course, this banner will probably release sometime next week, as on Sunday we do have a live stream where they will be announcing the future events of the game. So I expect to see the announcement there, and us getting a date for the banner itself during that live stream. So be wary that the next featured banner is going to be a green healer Haruhime, most likely. Now, they could make changes, of course, but it should be a new green healer Haruhime. Now, you might be wondering, how are the multiple ways you can get Selas, Gale? Because honestly, doing story is very, very slow. You're only getting 30 Selas per clear, right? As you can see right here. For the first time clear, it's 30 Selas. And if you do this story as well, right, these story sections, it's only 30 Selas. So, Gale, how are you going to get more Selas? How are you going to be able to get more Selas and get ready for the banners? Because if you take a look at the banners, right, as you guys may already know, the pity for a banner, especially on the regular gacha at least, it is 20 multis, which is not a low amount in the slightest. If you take a look at the price per multi, which is 2,800 Selas, and multiply that by 20, you need 56,000 Selas, which is crazy. Getting 30 Selas per run is not going to cut it by any means of the imagination, right? And as a result, I would probably say that they should be increasing this to around 100 to 150, to be quite honest, for the first time clears. In fact, if you go on to hard, they do give 100 per clear, but this should be on normal. It should be 100 on normal. On hard, you should be getting 150, and on very hard, along with this material, which is absolutely fine, this all-encompassing fauna, I think it's absolutely fine that they give this. But along with that, I think they should be giving 150, 200 Selas on this battle. I feel like their amount are quite low for the story, and that is going to be a bit of a problem in the future, especially as you're gonna drain out on the story material, right? You're gonna want more Selas, but because you just didn't get enough Selas, you're gonna be eternally low because the story just doesn't give enough to players. So for me personally, I think that they need to consider increasing this potentially in the near future. I don't know how they're gonna do it and when they're gonna do it, but I think they should be finding out ways to potentially increase the amount of Selas that you get from the battles. Kind of like how FGO does for their anniversaries, where during the anniversary they tend to say like, oh, these interludes will give extra Saint Quartz, or these stories will give extra Saint Quartz, and so on and so forth. I think they need to do something like that, because right now the story just simply does not give enough. However, there are other ways to get Selas, at least at this moment in time. Of course, if you are just starting off the game and if you are a beginner, there are other ways to get a bunch of Selas. For example, the beginner welcome missions is a great way to get a bunch of Selas. It seems like right now I'm on the second step. I'm waiting for a day to happen so that I can clear that 100 Selas mission, and along with it do the 10 limit breaks and spend 100,000 Valis. Because once you do that, you will get 1,500 Selas on the second step. On the first step, I already got 1,000 Selas, and it does seem like probably on step 3, 4, 5, and 6 as well, they will potentially give a decent amount of Selas, potentially, alongside probably a lot of other materials as well. So I would highly recommend you guys get around to doing your beginner missions, because it will help out massively, and you will gain a bunch of Selas to use on upcoming banners as well, because probably we're gonna get a Haruhime banner next, right, like I said, but afterwards we could be getting an Eyes banner potentially, or something else down the line. So get ready for those banners by doing these beginner missions and accomplishing all the tasks that they set out for you to do, because you're gonna get a bunch of Selas this way. The next way you want to do and the next way to get Selas without having to touch PvP, we'll come on to PvP in just a second, is actually going to your My Character section. And if you go to, for example, Aisha, her CP rank is 5 right now, and if I go over to reward and just click on here, you can see that I'm gonna get 100 Selas for just reaching CP rank 5 on her. So I'm gonna take that right now. Of course, that is truly appreciated. And then on top of that, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see she gets stats, she gives skill books and stuff like that as well. But more so than anything else, at CP rank 20 and then at CP rank 25, she gives an additional 100 Selas each. So that means you get in total around 300 Selas for just CP leveling your characters basically. And of course, you do get CP items to use on these characters. It's not a whole lot, but of course a lot of people can use that to try and at least get all their characters to at least CP rank 5, because everybody has the same CP levels. At CP rank 5 you do get 100 Selas, so trying to get all your characters to at least CP rank 5 will net you at least a decent chunk of Selas, at least very early on in the game, especially if you manage to get a bunch of adventures and assists in your rerolls, or if you used some Selas on your standard banner basically, right? Other than that, along with that, and something you should also look into, is your bond quests. If you do one of these bond quests, I'm just going to use Lafia as an example here, and I'm going to skip it because we don't need to pay too much attention to the story right now. Maybe we can do a story reading session on stream in the near future. But if you do that quest and you notice that there was a mission clear, and you come over here to the mission tab, you can see I get 30 Selas yet again for free. Again, you want to just try and maximize your ways of getting Selas in this game, because as I said, the gem income does seem to be a little bit on the stingy side, for a lack of a better way of saying it, and underestimating it really, or understating it, I should say more. So underestimating is not the right word there. Understating it quite heavily, that the gem income is pretty bad. But these are ways you can try and actually maximize it as much as possible by just trying to get these things done. These are your best ways to do it. Other than that, along with that, you want to look at your free missions, see what you need to do. For example, you just get 200 Selas from joining the community from the options screen. So you want to join the main Discord, and that will give you 200 Selas as well. So if I do that right now, right, if I go here, go to the settings screen, and where is it? Where do I go? Community. I think I have to just click community, and it opens up. You guys can't see it right now on my screen, but it opened up a website basically for on Discord to, you know, just take me to the official Discord. So that's a way for you to basically get Selas as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there you go. You don't need to actually join the Discord if you don't want to. As far as I know, there's no requirement for that. All you need to do is just click on it, and it'll basically give you the Selas no matter what. So if you don't want to join the Discord, you don't need to join the Discord. Of course, I would recommend it because there's so many of the community members there. I think it's like at 13,000, 14,000 members at this moment in time. It doubled literally yesterday. So it's going to continuously increase as more people maybe try out the game and stuff, right? So there's no harm in joining it, is what I would say. So yeah, there are these missions. Of course, you've got your weekly missions as well. If I do one more battle royale mode, I will get another 100 Selas for doing all the weekly missions. So make sure you guys do your missions as well. That is another way you can get an easy amount of Selas. Now, let's talk about the PvP sections, because that is also a primary way of getting a bunch of Selas, in all honesty. And in all honesty, you will get a big chunk of your Selas from doing these PvP modes. So first and foremost, let's go to Battle Arena right now. I will be making a separate video on the PvP modes. I'm currently waiting for my passes to restore. That's why I kind of was like, I can't really showcase the PvP modes today, but I will be making a video separately for that. But if you go over here to the reward section in the top right, you can see that for season 1 of the Battle Arena, for the season rewards, if you reach bronze, if you just get to bronze, you will get 50 Selas at the end of the season. If you get to silver, you get 100 Selas. Gold is 150, platinum is 300, and then diamond is 400. Right now, it seems like there's gonna be a season every 10 days, because on the it started on the 23rd, which was of course yesterday when the game went live. We obviously saw the season 1 go live of Battle Arena, and then it's ending on the 3rd of September. So about 10 days for the season, and every 10 days, if they do a Battle Arena, that means for the month you'll probably get around 1200 Selas from the arena tournament, which is not the craziest amount, but it is a decent amount. And this is assuming you get to diamond, which is, I would say, the recommended point to reach, to be quite honest, because you get this almighty bond rainbow as well, which is good for awakening characters for free without using dupes. So keep that in mind as well. Of course, at master you get 500, and then at hero you get, of course, 600, 700, 800, and of course 1000 if you reach first place. Is this worth it? I don't know, and especially because we are on servers with Japanese players and of course other Asian players who are going to be outspending a majority of us casual audience players massively. I think you guys want to try and temper your expectations on where you want to reach. And I would say that reaching Diamond is probably your best place, to be quite honest. Now, on top of that, for hitting a rank for the very first time, and this is across every season, so these are non-repeatable awards. Season rewards are rewards that you'll get every season, but first rank rewards are rewards that you'll get for the first time you reach those positions, and that's it. So if you reach bronze for the first time, which as you can see I've already done, you will get 100 Selas. Silver, you get 150 for each rank you hit, so silver 3, silver 2, and silver 1, it'll be 150 each. Then if you go to gold, it's 200 each, and then platinum, it is 250 each, and then diamond, it is 300 each. So you want to just try and get to those ranks for the very first time, because that will give you a bunch of Selas as well. So that is obviously the arena tournament. Now if you take a look at the exchange shop, I don't think there are ways to get, there is no ways to get Selas here. However, if you go to the battle royale section, Magic Stone Scramble, and you go to the exchange shop, you can see that I can actually exchange for Selas per season. So every season that we have a battle royale, which is, it's seeming like it's going to be every month, basically it's not on a weekly basis, it's a monthly basis, you will be able to get 1,000 Selas per month for absolutely free. Because to be quite honest, all you need to do is just play the game mode and then exchange for it. It's not that difficult at all. And in all honesty, I would say that if you can't rank high, at least try and get this sorted out and try and get this exchanged for, because it is honestly very, very easy to get all 10. Right now, I've only done like 4 game modes off, or 4 games off the Battle Royale mode, and I've already gotten around the 500 Selas from this set already, right? If I do another 4, that means I get the 1,000 Selas. So very, very easy way to get a bunch of Selas. And then of course, along with that, you do also have your rewards as well. Now in this situation, it's pretty much doubled because of the fact that it is obviously lengthened by a month. It is a lot more rewarding in that regards, in terms of how much Selas you're getting. So at bronze you'll get 100, at silver you'll get 200, at gold you will get 300, then platinum it's 600, diamond it's 800, and again you want to reach this point because you're getting this almighty bond, so highly recommend this. Master is 1,000, and then at hero it's 1,200, 400, 1,600, and 2,000. So keep that in mind. If you want to try and reach these upper echelons, they'll give you a bunch of Selas, but in order to get there, you'll have to also use a lot of Selas as well. I would highly recommend trying to get to Diamond at least. Diamond 3, Diamond 2, try and get around there basically to get yourself a good set of rewards basically. But yeah, 800 Selas, and of course this bond. So another great way of getting Selas. And then again, similar to of course the first rank rewards in the arena tournament, you also have the first rank rewards here as well. So 100 Selas each, 150, gold is 200, platinum is 250, diamond is 300. So just keep doing it as much as possible, and in all honesty, there is no limitation on how many times you can go into the battle royale mode. But of course, you know, you just have to do it as, you know, your time desires you to do so. Basically, how much ever time you have, you put that into basically doing battle royale basically to try and get your rank higher. I will say that there are some niggling issues from my understanding, based on what I've seen in the discords and everything, is that there is some issues with the battle royale mode. But outside of that, once they fix it, hopefully, which they should, knock on wood, you should be able to access it and just keep doing it again and again and again, and getting those magic stones and getting those ranking points for you to get higher and higher and higher. Now, one more thing to note before we wrap up this video, because those are the primary ways you can get Selas in the game right now. There are also other ways that are in the game as well, but they are once only, and of course also potentially limited. So first and foremost, go to the training section, and this is a great way for you to get a decent amount of Selas. It is 100 Selas. This is something that you should be doing no matter what, in my personal opinion. Don't ignore it, because you do get 100 Selas for free basically for doing nothing. They give you the team, they give you the units, all you need to do is listen to their commands and just get the job done basically, right? So 100 Selas there. On top of that, as you guys can see here, there are 2 tabs that are saying coming soon. One of them is the event tab, which will of course be the original event and the limited event that will run for a couple of weeks. In the event exchange shop, if it's like the closed beta test, and again, this is where I'm using closed beta test information, so it might not be the same keyword, it might not be the same. If it's anything like the closed beta test, there will be around 2,000 to 3,000 Selas in the exchange shop. Now, I will say that they might lower that to 1,000 Selas, to be quite honest. I don't think that they'll maintain that 3,000 Selas mark, because I think that's way too giving a multi per event. I don't know if they do that based on how stingy they've been so far, you know, looking at the rest of the game. So if they give 1,000 Selas, that's another way for you to basically get a pretty much another good set of Selas per event, of course, right? And then this last tab is supposed to be the raid tab. It's supposed to be where we do the cooperative raids, and I assume that that will also be a way for us to get a bunch of Selas, because there will probably be an event exchange shop, and they'll allow you to like exchange the currency for like Selas and stuff like that. So yeah, there you guys go. Those are the ways you can get Selas. If there's any other way that I missed out that you guys can point out in the comment section down below, let me know in the comments, and don't say your credit card, okay? I know some of you guys are going to be very funny and say that, oh, just pull out your credit card. You don't say that, all right? I don't want to hear you say that, all right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about the gem income? Personally, I think it is quite stingy, to be quite honest, but you never know. They can introduce other things in the future, right? Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt for a couple of weeks and a month or two, right? At the end of the day, gacha games need a little bit of time to get going, but you know, who knows? Maybe this is just the way they operate. I know a lot of people have said that this is exactly the same thing that they do in Eminence in the Shadow, or Eminence in Shadow, I should say. So if it's the case, that's the case, unfortunately. It will be a bit of a damn shame if that is indeed the case. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.